All right. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. Also, one of the things that they will do, I've started, you do the Black Power fist. They want to do the fist down. I'm going to give them the fist up. Okay? That's right. So, as I'm exiting out of the supermarket, I go to unlock my phone screen so I can start the recording, and they open up the phone contact, and it has my son at the top. Again, those sort of subliminal threats. See what I say? The red vehicle parked in the corner, right? So, pointing to him too. He's pointing at me. I just pointed right back at him. Right, you guys hear me do that. One of the things that they'll try to do, again, is because you are recognizing what it is that they've done to you, right? Now they will try to be like, oh, okay, well, if you recognize it, then he or she or they, listen, if they recognize what I do, right? So again, if that's the case, then, again, but I'm actually proving what it is that I say, right? How they try to get away with non-consensual human experimentation. Right, illegal microchipping, right? How they engage in covert warfare in the black community to divide black men and black women, and how the church has been one of the biggest weapon used against the minds of black people, particularly our women. How come other groups of people can see the brainwashing, but we refuse to look? A lot of reds. If we get to the intersection, look. You know what I'm saying? I love it, man. I love it. Because it makes them look dumb. That's what it does. It makes them look dumb, that they think that they can continue to engage in psychological operations, psychological warfare, right? And that those of us are not going to study what it is that they do and expose them, right? This is where the retaliation comes in for exposing them, right? The loss of your job, they're sabotaging any sort of business venture or anything, simple shit like, this, I'm telling you, it's like the stupidity of people. And again, it's not their fault. When cognitive warfare is waged on the nation, not by other enemy, so-called enemy nation state, but by their own government, their own military, their own secret security agencies, this is what you get. This is what you get, right? The breakdown of society. And because the elites know, because again, it is them that have engaged in such behavior. It is them who control the military apparatus, the private military industry, right? The psychiatry field, the technology field, all right? And it's for profit, for profit, for control, right? Again, you gotta understand the control mechanism. So yeah, well, like I said, so they try to isolate me, right? They try to isolate me because I know exactly what it is that they're doing, exposing them. Like I said, we're not concerned about our future generation, because you look at the statistics, they're getting dumber and dumber, because we have helped participate and usher in their demise. And we have yet to understand that, because we're not educated enough and have any sort of common sense and awareness to know that you don't engage in such behavior. But like I said, the believer's mindset, those in law enforcement know how to manipulate the believer's mindset, and they want to keep you as a believer so they can manipulate you, right? So they can tell you that you are justified in this, what it is that you're doing, because it's God's will. Just like what they're doing in Northeast Africa right now with Iran. And Negropeans in the church is talking about don't mess with Israel. Well, look at Israel right now. Huh? Look at Israel right now. You don't mess with Israel? Okay. Y'all, your religious delusional mindsets. All right, look what's happening right now. Like I said, we in America, ain't no bombs flying overhead, right? Our nation have constantly create wars in other nations and cause humanitarian crisis, and then blame those people who are the victims of U.S. illegal intervention into their political apparatus, into their nation state, into their sovereignty, and then blame them for the migrant crisis. No. Look at corporate America. Look at the military-industrial complex, right? How is it that we can't see that, we don't understand that? Right? When you cause a conflict in neighboring states, right, the long-term residual effect on that will be you will have migrant crisis. And then the Democrats uses that to their advantage against black people, to disenfranchise us. And black women in particular and black men vote for Democrats more than any other group of people, as per population. All right, I keep saying we are being played by both sides. But because they've conditioned us with symbolism, look, they always bending over, right? And I know, yeah, she's looking in her trunk, but that's how they mask it. That is how they mask it, right? That is how they mask it, and they're upset. They're upset because I'm not letting them get away with what they've done to us as TIs, victims of, of crimes against our rights, conspiracy against our rights, right? Covert warfare. So yeah, they're upset. But that's the believer's mindset. They believe that they can do whatever they want to do to you, but you can't retaliate. You can't get revenge. But they can seek revenge in another person and on each other. You know, it's like I watched the news reporter ask the Russian, I forgot his name, about, Russia, about Iran and blaming Iran for the destruction that's taking place. Right? Without her even realizing. Oh, I've been seeing this dude in a long time. Like his sirens. Right? I can tell you, they always bring up people who I grew up with once in a while to try to engage in talking to me. That shit don't work. That shit do not work. They have yet to understand that shit. That shit do not work. Okay? That shit don't work. Oh yeah. Yo, what's up? I keep telling y'all. I'm telling you, man, the snitches turn bitches for the state. You know what I'm saying? They will use you and I in ways that we don't quite understand. And oh yeah, I am exposing their asses. Every single one of them. Doesn't matter who they are. Family members getting exposed. Friends I used to be friends with or hang out with in high school or whatever, they're getting exposed. Right? It don't matter to me. Like I said, they are very fortunate I am who I am. Because if I wasn't the type of person who I am and let me put it like this, if I did not get in contact with the TI community, all right, or if I didn't have kids, it would have been a different outcome. You understand? And then they would have said, oh, he's crazy, or he this or that. No, I'm showing you guys exactly what it is that they do, how they manipulate people, how they manipulate our emotions, how they set us up, how they program us, and then get away with it because they have manipulated our emotions. They have engaged in conspiracy against our rights to destroy our lives, conspiracy against our lives, conspiracy against our rights, to destroy our lives. And those that get angry and take revenge, then they're called crazy or even eliminated, right? If they have not deleted themselves. You understand? These people are getting away with murder, and they're getting away with it because it involves psychological manipulation, covert warfare, technology that used to manipulate our minds. But they will no longer be able to do it in mass as they've used to. Why? Because we TIs are going to keep on fighting, going to keep on exposing, or we, the victims of their crimes, are going to keep on fighting, going to keep on exposing what it is that they're doing. All right, talk to you guys in the next video.